Good morning and welcome to Trent Hills Today. My name is Susan. It's Monday, May 14th. Fabulous weather out there. Did you have an amazing weekend? I was at Norwood for the plant sale. Those people are really hard on you. I got there early, which I sort of miscalculated how long it would take to get there. And I'll tell you, they do not let you touch those plants till 9 o'clock. But I got some of my hostas, I got some bleeding hearts, and I got a few vegetable plants. And people say to me, Susan, you own a nursery, why don't you plant plants from your own business? But you know what? You cannot buy hostas cheaper than at a plant sale. And speaking of plant sales, Campbellford Horticultural Society is having their plant sale this weekend at the corner of Doxy and Bridge. So if you need plants for your garden, I'll tell you, they're going to have some lovely plants. They always do. Last year they had a whole bunch of hostas. I took a lot of those, got them planted, but I still need lots more, so I'm hoping that somebody finds some hostas to bring to the plant sale. And as Muriel said, she was on the show last week, they have canna lilies that the Horticultural Society took charge of last year when they emptied out the planters in Campbellford. They've cleaned them up, they nurse them over the winter, and they have them for sale on $5 to $7 for a canna lily. That's a phenomenal deal. Now, not everybody is into canna lilies, but if you're doing containers, they will make a fabulous thriller. For those of you who may not be familiar with the format for containers, it's thriller, filler, and spiller. So a thriller is usually something tall and showy. You have your filler, which fills in the box and usually under the thriller, and then you have the spiller, which falls over the box. And I'm sure if you go to the plant sale in Campbellford, there'll be somebody who can help you find something that fills all of those categories. I will be there early. I have to let Teresa know I'm coming early, and I will certainly be making more purchases. As I've said so many times, please help those who help our community. As Teresa said and as Muriel said, they take care of the gardens in our community. So the money they raise from this event, which is one of their big fundraising events, comes right back into the community. They put flowers in our gardens and they maintain our gardens. So it's a win-win situation. And you know what, I really, I say this often, but these are people who give a lot of time and energy, all for free. Nobody pays them. They're not making minimum wage. They don't get per diems or stipends or even mileage. They're here because they care about our community. So show you care and show up at the plant sale. Why am I going to be there early? Because I'm going down to Warkworth to help out at Art in the Park. I was there last year and it was a fabulous event. Lovely weather. Weather's really important. I'm not so sure about the weather this weekend, but a lot of artists there. Now it says Art in the Park, but it's arts, the big arts. There's music, there's painting, there's jewelry, there was clothing, there was turn bowls, art, there was wood carving. So it's not just painting. There was photography. There's a number of people who show up every year. It's a great location. Warkworth does an amazing job of being highly organized. I volunteered to help out with miscellaneous stuff. We won't say what I'll be helping out with, but they'll have people who can help you with parking. They'll have people who will help you set up and guide you and show you around. And of course, the town of Warkworth is always a charming place to spend some time. So please, if the weather holds, let's do our happy sunshine dance. Then head out to Arts in the Park and again, show the people of our community that you care enough to show up, because showing up is always half of everything that we do. Yes, I know I'm wearing my running shirt. Why? Well, two things. I started running again. I took last week off. I just couldn't get my shoes on. I just didn't want to deal with it. But it's to let you know that John Russell of the foundation, ever organized that he is, has next year's race all organized, or well, the date picked anyways. It's May 5th, and I don't know, I'm going to try and run. I don't know if my body will hold out till next year, but I certainly will try and give it another hoorah for the team. There's a bicycle event in the fall. That I think I will do. I'll have to check that out. 5K on a bike is going to be a lot easier for me than 5K on my feet. But that's why I'm wearing the shirt, to remind me, to remind you about the race next year and the bike event that's coming up. Because if you want to partake in it, you need to start training. It's a long bike ride, I think, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. If you're a person who uses, or your family uses, the field house in Hastings, this month only they have 30% off memberships. So if you're someone who wants to go out and walk the field house, or if you have over the winter used it for practicing your golf swing, then you may want to pick up a membership. And maybe you don't use the field house, but maybe you know somebody who does. So why not pick it up? It will make a great gift if somebody's got a birthday coming up. I like to be outside doing my exercises. My road is well maintained, so I walk or run on the road. But there are a lot of people who can't walk on the road, and so why not buy them a membership so that they can go and use the field house as often as they can. The next thing that I would like to do is I'm asking you, the community, any of you who are watching this, if you know anyone who is a member of the Lions Club in either Havelock or Campbellford, could you please reach out to them to reach out to me, or vice versa? Let me know who they are and I'll reach out to them. My email for this show is hosttht@gmail.com. The Lions are supporting guide dogs or working dogs. I mean, guide dogs, it's not just for the blind, but they're having a walk in Campbellford at the end of May, and I would love to have someone come on and talk about that, and talk about what it is they do, what they need, how to sponsor someone. Earlier this year we had Carol Ferguson and her therapy dogs on, and you know, as I sat there with Lucy, it was lovely to just stroke her. And I know a couple of you have seen my cat walk across here, and as annoying as that can be, as they stand over your computer keyboard, just stroking them can be so calm. But there's a huge need for therapy dogs. When I was at the Norwood plant sale, one of the gendarmes who kept us back was talking about his son who had done a tour in Afghanistan and the struggles that his son was facing. And I know that there has been a lot of work done for the vets with therapy horses, therapy dogs, and gardens, therapy gardens. There are some people who just need to have some space and some help. So I would like to have somebody from that group on. So again, my email is hosttht@gmail.com, and if somebody will show up, I will certainly interview them. And finally, as a little joke, well, it's not a joke, I guess it's just one of those funny things. Wednesday is Bloody Caesar Day. So I don't know how you like your Bloody Caesars. I don't drink a lot of them, but I do like them to be very spicy. I like to have a really peppery rim, and I do enjoy the pickled string beans that some of the places put in. I've been to places where they put little cocktail onions and gherkins on a skewer across the top. I think that's kind of fun. And I'm sure in Toronto, where they can change everything so it never looks like what it originally was, there'll be lots of different kinds of Bloody Caesars created. So if you've had a hard day on Wednesday, or if you just want to create something interesting for yourself, have a Bloody Caesar and celebrate. And finally, Tuesday night, that'll be tomorrow night, it's the candidates debate over at the high school. So please show up. Please come and hear what the provincial candidates have to say. It's always important to know what people are going to do for our community. Yes, the leaders are making lots of noise and they're out and about, but you want to know what the candidate who's running in our community is going to do for us. And before I sign off, I know I've mentioned it before, but we are now officially in a position to accept names and nominations for people to run in the municipal election. I hope that some of you will step up. We need some new blood in the community. Bill Thompson has officially retired. And there is a new little wrinkle in the nominations. You need to get 25 names on a sheet of paper. You can get that online. But you know what? Again, show up. Be part of what is happening. Be part of our community and show you care. So until next time, take care.